Hello there, friends. Welcome to episode 88 of That One Gaming Podcast. My name is Colin, but I'm otherwise known as Delicious Morsels, and here with me today is Lucas, aka Carnival9. How is Lucas today?
My mother's dead, my brother's missing, my dad won't stop looking for my brother, and everyone in the town thinks I'm a crybaby.
Yeah, got it pretty rough there. That sucks. Anyway, Neil is also here, better known as VMK89. How is Neil today?
I'm sorry. I'm doing pretty swell.
Arf, indeed. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, or one of the many other podcasting platforms out there where the three of us get together every other week to talk about a variety of topics in the world of gaming. Today, we are talking about the sequel to a beloved Super Nintendo game that still to this day somehow has not been released in the West. That one game, Mother 3. Released for the Gameboy Advance on April 20 at 420 of 2006, Mother 3 is the follow-up to EarthBound, known in Japan as Mother 2, and follows the story of the protagonist Lucas on his journey to save the world from calamity. No, the other Lucas. There's more than one Lucas in this world. We just happen to have the most important one in this podcast. Anyway, despite having never been officially released outside Japan, the game has a dedicated fan base in the West that worked diligently to release an unofficial full translation of the game for Western audiences. Nintendo, to this day, nearly 20 years after its original release, shows no interest whatsoever in making an official Western release. So maybe this podcast, by the end of it, will guilt them into doing that, like we finally, after all these years, guilted Capcom into making a new Mega Man game!
Yeah!
Ooh.
Yeah, they announced a new Mega Man game right after we did an episode about Mega Man. See how that works? So let's keep it going. Come on. After this episode airs, we're going to get an announcement finally for Mother 3 in the West. Come on. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
And I will buy a Switch 2 if that happens, honestly.
2026 is the 20-year anniversary of the game. If now's the best time to do it, make it happen.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a Switch Online thing. I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yep.
I
guess also on the note of
Switch 2 and $80 if they make me.
Yeah, I guess since we brought up the new Mega Man game as well, I have a bottle of the Heatonist Last Stab Thermageddon hot sauce on the way to punish myself for doubting Capcom this year.
No,
I guess.
Hopefully that's significantly less stale than the chip that you had from the Metroid thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
stay tuned to a future.
Yeah. Before we get to our main topic discussion, though, we like to talk about the games that we've been playing since the last episode. So, what has Lucas been playing?
Well, I've been taking a step in the opposite direction of the Mother series, and I'm playing EarthBound 0 still.
Amazing.
Yeah. So far, a lot of the complaints about the game I have can be boiled down to it's an NES game. Because, it's an NES game. Which, has its own NES quirks, like, some of the items not working correctly. Really big dungeons. Very maze-like level design. Your breadcrumbs not working correctly if you've used the Onyx hook to warp back to Magic Hand. The general lack of the odometer HUD system that the sequel games had, that's probably my biggest thing that I don't care for about it. It's like, it just kind of feels like generic NES RPG without that. I think last episode I had just gotten the third melody, and this time around I still only have 3 melodies, but I have 2 more party members, so that's a pretty good improvement too. It was just yesterday morning. I rescued Lloyd from his trash can on the roof of an elementary school that he was hiding in, because he's a coward. But he likes explosives, so you just gotta bribe him with a bottle rocket or 2. And then we blew up the science lab in the elementary school, and nobody cared.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we ransacked a fireworks factory that just so happened to have like an actual guided missile to launch at a rock slide that was obstructing the railroad track that we then proceed to take to a little snowy town called Snowman. It's very cold there. As a matter of fact, if you wander around for long enough outside in Snowman, you will catch a cold. Yeah, then we returned Anna's hat to her, and she joined the party. So now we're working on leveling her up some in Magicant, because I magic can. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
What about Neil?
The obvious Mother 3, but also that's the running joke with all of these That One games.
Yeah.
I also beat Super Mario Bros. 2 for the Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
That game was still difficult, even with me abusing Rewind.
Yeah.
But I had a very good time. I would hate to be a kid that played the original in, what would it be, the 90s, 80s?
Hey.
And get to the end and be like, oh, it's a dream. This sucks.
Yeah, I played that game in the 90s.
Me too.
Yeah, not the best ending. I guess they just didn't want to make all these creatures canon, but of course they ended up making them canon, and most of them were in Yoshi's Island.
Yep.
The Shy Guys and Bomb-Ombs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe not Bomb-Ombs.
Bob-ombs first showed up outside of Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario Brothers 3, actually.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a weird game.
Shy Guys.
Those mask things can go screw themselves.
Yeah, Phanto sucks.
But I did have a good time overall, and I have the Overworld tune stuck in my head now.
It's very good.
But yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to Colin, see what he's been playing and also writing music wise. I'm sure he's gonna talk about.
I am.
Maybe.
I am. Anyway, I've been playing Mother 3 because that's what I've been doing.
A good game.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I beat it Friday night. It's all done. Finished it. And then yesterday, I was like, I woke up, wanted to play a game for a few hours yesterday morning. Like, booted up Final Fantasy 14. I'm like, I'm gonna do some of the raids that I haven't done yet on my main character. And then it was like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, which is not a good time to queue for multiplayer content in that game. At least right now, in between expansions, because just the player base just isn't there. So I sat for probably 10 minutes waiting for this queue to pop. It didn't. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to load up my alt, and which is still in A Realm Reborn. I was only at like level 9 because I like just started it and then just haven't played since. So started picking up where I left off with my alt character, and that's what I've been doing all weekend, is just playing my alt and progressing through A Realm Reborn for the first time in many years. I think like 2019 was the last time I played through A Realm Reborn, and it has gone through a lot of overhauling since then. And notably, it's still like the first like 15 to 20 levels, still kind of a drag, but it goes a lot quicker now. And I managed to get through the first 3 dungeons in the main scenario this morning. And now I am joined up again with the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and now we're gonna go kill Ifrit and have a good time. It's gonna be fun, and I'm excited. I'm playing a Lancer this time, which will evolve into the Dragoon class once I unlock it at level 30. And yeah, it's been pretty decently okay so far. I don't really have any positionals that I have to worry about unlocked yet, and I only have 2 of my rotation buttons so far, so it's not super complicated yet, but I like it. I don't know if I like it as much as playing Machinist, but I'm kind of biased. But I knew I wanted to try something a little bit different with this one. I definitely didn't want to play tank still, though. Although the last time I went through A Realm Reborn, I went through A Realm Reborn as a tank because I was a paladin. And it was once I got to Heaven's Word and unlocked Machinist that I swapped over to a DPS main. So this time I'm just going DPS right from the get-go. It's been pretty fun so far. I like this game a lot. It's fun. Except the first like little bits. I mean, even long-time players will tell you the beginning of the game is very boring. It sucks. But the people that make it through it find what I found in this game, and that it's incredible and it's fun, and everyone should play it and suffer through the beginning of the game so that way you can enjoy the rest of it.
Now, if you haven't purchased the game before, how much do you have to pay to play the first levels?
Nothing, because it's free. You get the first 3 expansions for free. You get to play all the way to level 70 for free. And they don't even tell you can only play it for a limited amount of time. You can play it forever for free. And you should do that. It's great. Once you get past the first like 15 levels, it's great. And honestly, I haven't checked my playtime on this character yet, but it's not much. And I'm already at the point, I mean, I'm level 27 now. I was at level 9 when I started yesterday. I'm at level 27 now. I don't think I have more than 10, maybe 15 hours on this character so far. And I'm already at the point now where the pace is starting to pick up. They're doing more interesting things with gameplay and stuff by introducing dungeons and trials against the primals and stuff. So it's not as bad as it used to be. It's still not great, but it's definitely not like it used to be, because even just the last time I played A Realm Reborn, and they had already done tweaks to it at that point in time too. Even since the last time I played it, I've noticed this has been going much quicker this time than it did before. So it's worth playing and experiencing because I love this game. Anyway, yeah. So Final Fantasy 14 is a good game. Anyway, let's get to our next segment. Our Hey Listeners segment.
Hey, listen!
Each episode, we ask our Discord members a prompt based on the topic of the episode for them to respond to. And if you're listening to this and you want to do that, you can join our Discord down below and respond to future episodes. Yeah, we got one write-in this week, all about Mother 3. Our writing comes from Opal Osprey, who writes, "It's been over a decade since I played Mother 3, but from what I can remember, it's probably one of the highest quality GBA games I can think of. The music, graphics, story, and battle system were all great, and I also enjoyed the callbacks to EarthBound at various points. The main memory I have from my playthrough was grinding Kumatora to level 60 in the late game to get PK Ground, which I spammed in boss fights afterward."
Yeah.
Yeah, PK Ground is good.
Yeah.
We'll get into that more in our main topic, which is next. Thank you for your writing, Opal Osprey. Now we're going to talk all about Mother 3. EarthBound 2, I guess, if it ever got localized. Yeah, Nintendo, just localize it.
Please.
Anyway, the game kind of starts off with a bit of a gut punch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, I mean, in case this is your first That One Game episode, spoilers. We're gonna spoil this whole game. That's just kind of that's kind of how these episodes work.
Typically,
So
It's really hard to talk about this game without spoiling the big things because it happens immediately.
especially like story-based games like RPGs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
kind of got to talk about the story at some point.
Yep.
It's fundamental to discussing the game. So yeah, so this is your warning.
How much
in
could
case
we
this is
say
the first
without
time you've ever
spoiling
listened?
anything?
Yeah. I mean,
they liberty.
If somehow you have found this episode and you have not yet played Mother 3, go play Mother 3. There's an English patch available that's fairly easily available to access. We can't tell you how or where to access it, but I can tell you that you can look it up and you'll probably find it pretty easily. That's how I found it. I just looked it up. So, I mean, there's that. But yeah, so from here on out, just assume like full spoilers.
Yep.
Because Mother 3 is a good game and we got to talk about the story that's part of it that's also good. So yeah. Actually, the game starts out pretty happy because you're all in a nice, happy family with your mom and your dad and your brother, and everybody's happy. And you got a dog, and your brother and you're playing around with these dinosaurs that are also friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn to talk to frogs to save the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that lasts for a whole 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And now spoilers begin.
Yeah. Well, mom dies. Brother goes missing, presumed dead. But dad never gives up because he never finds a corpse, unlike with mom. And spends the entire game looking for brother.
Your identical.
You are.
Or your twin brother, more specifically.
Yes. And it literally took me until the end of the game to notice that Lucas and Klaus were anagrams of one another.
Anagrams.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't until I saw the two names like next to each other, like in the game text, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. This game, like Earthbound before it, and I guess Earthbound 0, correct me if I'm wrong, Lucas, you can choose to name all the main characters you play as, whatever you want.
Yep.
Because of what we just talked about, I would recommend not naming the mom and dad after your parents. Just leave them at default names. I remember when we were first starting to do this game for the episode, Lucas, you said something about Flint and your cat Flint.
Yeah.
And for about 2 minutes, I was like, oh, I could restart and have it be Flint and then Sipsy because Sipsy is my cat. And then I was like, no, that's a terrible idea.
Very bad idea.
So yeah, no, devastating intro. I will say the first chapter where Flint immediately, because you start playing as Flint, that's not true. You start playing as Lucas for about 5 minutes for the prologue, and then you start playing as Flint for the first chapter. And the animation that they made when Flint finds out that his wife was killed by a Drago somehow. It's a really good animation, and despite being sprites, it's still an emotional impact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Flint losing it in front of his hit kids is hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always shocking to see like your parental figure sort of lose it in front of you.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing that's different from Earthbound and Earthbound Zero is you start out in a very rustic, not modern day town that maybe you'd consider to be more like other RPGs, like Chrono Trigger or the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. It's sort of, I don't know that I'd call it like medieval necessarily, but yeah, it's very like, it has sort of that old time frontier western sort of vibe to it. Like in terms of technology, there's really no technology to go around.
Yeah.
There isn't even money in this world. There's no
Yeah.
currency.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, well, shit hits the
Everything
fan.
turns for the worse. Yeah.
Yep. Beloved wife and mother Hinawa is killed by a Drago, which are, they're large Tyrannosaurus-like lizards native to the island. They're not typically hostile. Come to find out that someone or something decided to sort of mechanically enhance one, turned into a Mecha Drago, which happened to chomp down and, in the words of Bronson, it's like, hey, I found this neat Drago fang that I think would make a great spear for you there, Flint. Unfortunately, I found it pierced inside the heart of your wife. So there's that.
Yeah. At which point, Flint does the aforementioned flipping out reasonably to some degree.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Becomes the first person to be locked in the Tasmilly sheriff's jail in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. One sort
What were your early impressions on Chapter 1? Sorry to cut you off, Lucas.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I'm really curious. You're the only one who hasn't played this before, Colin.
Let's see. Refresh me again on what Chapter 1 was.
That
was when you're just kind of playing as Flint.
Yeah.
Flint, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, right. And you got the house fire and stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just the start of the game, I guess. Not really too much to say, really.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, the one complaint I have about the early game, and this carries into chapters 2 and 3, is you spend a lot of the early game solo.
Yes.
One character in your party. And
yeah,
that got a little bit annoying at times. At times you would have like a backup character that would sit in the background and do things. Sometimes they would actually damage the enemy. Sometimes they just stick around and stuff. But whenever the enemy attacked, it was always your character that was taking hits, and you only had one character in your party. It was just a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
But understand why they did it. I mean, it's stage setting and stuff. The real adventure doesn't really start until chapter 4. That's when chapter 4 is like literally the heading is the adventure begins.
Yep.
But yeah.
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 Yeah, I definitely, to me, it feels like the first 3 chapters are Mother 3. And once you get to chapter 4 and beyond, it's Earthbound 2 now.
Yeah.
But I'll let Lucas, if you want to continue the story summary.
Yeah. Like after the dreaded night ends, and like sort of the plot starts rolling on sort of a secret contingency plan that select few of the island are aware of, in the form of one of our main party members for the remainder of the game, Duster, going on a trip to the Oso Castle to retrieve that thing
That thing.
You know what that thing is, so you should be able to go get it, right? Right, Duster?
Sure.
Right.
You'll know it when you see it. Go get it.
Wes is not the best character.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as a person, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a very fascinating character as a character is written, but
I
as
don't
a
know how
person, he's
much
not.
you guys watch King of the Hill, but Wes always kind of gives me like Cotton Hill vibes. With just like the way he interacts with Duster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not great. It's
Yeah.
It's implied the reason Duster limps is because of Wes abusing him.
Yeah.
Seeing how the rest of the story goes, I don't know if that's necessarily true or just. Yeah. I'll not say that until we get to it.
Yeah. It's like, you just know that at some point in time, there was an accident between Wes and Duster, and that resulted in a permanent limp that Duster carries throughout the entire game.
Mm-hmm. But he's still like the most.
Fun fact, when you're wearing pig mask disguises, they even specifically animate a limping pig mask just for Duster.
Ooh, I never noticed that. Now I have to look
So-
for that.
It's a real nice touch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then sort of meanwhile, while Duster and Wes are infiltrating their the castle as the dedicated thieves of the community for some reason. Everyone has jobs, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah, that was the thing I was going to wait to mention.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over in the desert.
Meanwhile, yeah. Chapter 2 and 3 are kind of interesting with how like they happen.
They take place
at like the same time.
concurrently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Days and Chain of Memories if you're a Kingdom Hearts player.
So yeah, we're introduced to some more characters.
Yep.
Yeah, our playable character for the chapter, Salsa the monkey, and
Monkey.
they
The worst chapter in the game.
it really is the worst chapter in the game. Salsa is honestly not great in battle, and you do have to battle throughout this chapter, which is awful. Especially because you're partnered with Facade. Everyone's favorite person, said no one ever. Facade sucks. Yeah, you're not so much willingly partnered with Facade as you are sort of Facade.
Worst.
Like,
you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
Nope.
Yeah, the Pig Mask Army is holding your monkey girlfriend, Samba, hostage. You have a shock collar on, and Facade has the remote. And yeah,
it is literally impossible to go through this chapter without getting shocked, like probably about 10 times minimum. But you're gonna get shocked way more than that.
It's very clearly inspired by a Peter Gabriel song. Yeah. Eventually the chapter kind of culminates with like, turns out the Facade is after what Duster and West. Yeah, Facade was also after whatever was hidden deep within Oso Castle, and so the two groups confront each other, and
do they really confront each other?
Kinda. I mean, it's more because after they escape through the waterway in the castle, or after Kumatora, Duster, and Wes escape through the waterways in the castle, Kumatora decides to rescue Salsa from Facade.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So
Okay.
really, the initial confrontation is more of Facade is just really mad that you stole his monkey,
Uh-huh.
and then gets even madder when Lucas calls the Dragos to come sort of put him in their place. Then a few years later, and everything is worse. Sort of.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to EarthBound 2.
Yep.
Everything looks all romanticized Americana now.
Yep.
We end up back with the dog character that goes with you in chapter 1. The family dog named Boney.
Mm-hmm.
I got a note here. I realized in the first chapter that you can give Boney Flint's hat and can wear the hat throughout chapter 1.
Yeah.
And awesomely enough, in chapter 4, when you get Boney back, he still has the hat.
Yeah.
Great.
It's a nice attention to detail on the inventory there.
Yes. I didn't get through the final dungeon on this playthrough yet, but I was definitely going to pull out the hat from the item guy whenever I could and throw it on to Boney for the final battle.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. But yeah, the town has completely changed between chapter 3 and 4.
Yep.
And a money system is implemented.
Yeah.
And the most important part, there's a frog in a car.
Yes.
There's a frog in a car.
There's a frog in a car. He's driving the car. He's a frog. Why is he driving the car?
Why is there a frog in the car, though?
Yeah. Why is he
His
driving?
job
No
is
one
to
else is
save
driving
the
cars.
game and take my money. Why is he in a car?
Nobody else is driving cars but the frog. He's driving the car. It's a frog in a car. I mean, come on.
Yeah. There
10 out of 10 video game already.
Yep.
Just for this. Frog in a car. Come on.
It's great.
I love that frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there at the end of the game before you go to the final city.
Yep.
Just driving in circles around Tasmilly Square.
Yep. Yeah. Along with the modernization, some of the locations in Tasmilly Village have been replaced too. Like Butch's Pig Farm is now a Pig Mask Army training facility. Wes's house
a neat part
is a retirement home.
In chapter... Okay, I don't remember if it's chapter 2 or 3 because I didn't catch it this playthrough. In one of those 2 chapters when Facade's around, you can go to Butch's farm and you can see Facade there talking to Butch. It's implied that it's when he's making the deal to buy the farm. Later you see him giving money to Butch as well. This is before the money system is implemented, but it's implied as how money got started there was Butch had some money for the farm and check out this cool money I have.
What's money?
What's money? I don't know, but it's cool.
I'm gonna hide it in this well.
Yeah,
Facade comes and steals it back because Facade is such a nice person.
Like, yeah, chapter 3 is very tedious, but it does the intended result, which is make you hate Facade with all of your heart.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much you can do in a game to make the player hate a character worse than you play a character that's being tortured and blackmailed at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, when Facade eventually gets what is coming to him, it is so satisfying.
Incredibly. Yeah. Yeah, even though Wes and Duster's house is a retirement home, you can still go out behind it and open up the present with thunder bombs in it because Wes never stops filling that.
Yeah.
All the way through chapter 7, even.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm pretty sure before I left Tasmeli Village to go to Agrilla Pass at the very end of chapter 7, I made sure to fill up Boney's inventory with thunder bombs. Because, it's super useful, and a lot of the bosses upcoming at that point are weak to thunder, and the thunder bombs specifically deal thunder damage. Chapter 4 is where, well, I guess chapter 5 is where sort of like you finally have a full party to play around with. That most of chapter 4 is just a boy and his dog, and by that I mean Lucas and Boney.
Yes.
Yeah, you go and have to get the much dreaded part-time job because everyone loves being employed and having to go to work. But one of the sort of amenities of this part-time job is that you get free tickets at the end of your shift to go to the nightclub nearby to the factory called Club Titty Boo, where you see a couple of familiar faces, namely Princess Kumatora, dressed very out of character, and Duster, but he doesn't remember.
Yeah. They don't really explain it. I guess he hit his head or something when he was being ejected.
His
from
memories
Monster
got
Castle.
absorbed into the hummingbird egg. Or the egg of
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why he remembers after you find the egg in chapter 5.
Right. I get that much, but why did he lose it in the first place? Nobody else did.
Yeah.
There's a few things that go unexplained in this game.
Yeah.
But a lot of it feels like they want you to, make your own conclusions.
Yeah.
Well, the hummingbird egg thing also does kind of make sense when you factor in that he was the only one that was in direct contact with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He touched it and he set off Wes's booby traps that made sure that no one would accidentally steal it. Except for my idiot son, who is an idiot, by the way. He forgot that I put booby traps there.
He calls him a moron a lot.
Yeah.
It kind of like how much they call Lucas a crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that for you, Lucas, playing this game?
It was something. Yeah. It was not what I was expecting out of sort of the protagonist role going in. But yeah, they sure put Lucas through some character development that's yeah. Very traumatizing character development and whatnot. So yeah. He's like I said earlier, my mom's dead, my brother's missing, my dad is still looking for my brother, so it's just kind of me and the dog hanging out. And yeah, everyone in the town thinks that I'm a crybaby now. So and also
Honestly,
the village is now capitalism.
Yeah, once the village becomes capitalism and you're not buying into it, a lot of your some of the village people are less than happy with you.
Yeah. It's like your sheep stable next to your house because Flint is a sheep or shepherd sheep farmer. Is inexplicably struck by lightning multiple times daily even. And the villagers like to point out
yeah.
that you guys don't have a happy box. You guys should get a happy box. I bet your house wouldn't have been struck by lightning multiple times if you had a happy
Yes.
box. Why don't you want to be happy?
The happy box is introduced in chapter 3. Salsa has to deliver them to various village members, and I guess it's just supposed to be TV, really.
Kind of seems like it.
But there's some sort of like hypnotic effect going on too.
Yeah.
And
You'll-
yeah, everybody but a few characters have them.
Yeah.
Um,
Even the ones that are sort of forced to have them don't necessarily always tune into them. Like in Wes's room in the retirement home, his is specifically turned off because Wes ain't buying into this either.
Right. Meanwhile, Alec, who's also in the old person's home, his house, if you go visit it, which you can as early as chapter 4, is completely blown up by lightning bolts. Apparently, like 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all because you didn't buy a TV.
Yeah. Like if you don't adopt electricity, electricity is going to take its frustrations out on you.
Yeah. And yeah, why is this lightning striking? Find out in chapter 5.
Soon as Duster remembers, of course.
Yes.
And along the way, you get sort of tangled up in a case of mistaken identity where Lucas is thought to be the supreme commander of the Pig Mask army. I wonder why that could be.
That twist is very obvious.
Yeah.
And it's funny, it's the one they wait until like the very end of the game to reveal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's more twists beyond just that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Duster's memory returns. He remembers that he's Duster and not Lucky from DCMC, a better band
Which
than
has
Runaway 5 ever was.
That concert they play in chapter 4. I love that thing.
DCMC is so much better than Runaway 5. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Like, Runaway 5 is there to be a nod to the Blues Brothers. DCMC is there to shred your face off. Yeah. Shortly after that, though, like, mistaken identity happens. Lucas gets dressed up in a
Commander outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get picked up right after Jazzy gets his memories holding the egg.
Yeah.
I think. Wait, how does the order of that go?
Yep. Duster's memories return, then cutscene happens immediately. Hey, Commander, what are you doing down in the garbage? Did you find that thing that you were missing?
Right.
You're needed at Thunder Tower right now. Hey, why aren't you in your uniform?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, get dressed up as the commander of the Pig Mask Army and brought to Thunder Tower.
Yeah, okay. I'm remembering it again now. Yeah, there's a bit there when that pigman picks you up and you get in one of the pork beans, which is these floaty cars that you can ride, where the pig mask who's driving goes, anyone who needs to pee will need to hold it. And then you can hear Boney whimper.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there is a stray dog in town who's very charred in chapter 4. And if you talk to him, turns out he peed on a happy box.
Whoops.
And then let me guess, he was promptly struck by lightning afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game brings the Earthbound humor along with it, despite the more darker tones of the story.
Yeah.
It's still a very charming and funny game with all that weird humor that Earthbound had.
Yeah, it's funny that the Earthboundian humor doesn't sort of get introduced to until chapter 4 when all of the sort of Earthboundian elements start creeping in.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that could be related. Back at Thunder Tower, though, we find everyone's favorite person, Facade.
Uh-huh.
They're not too happy to see you, especially dressed up, pretending you're the commander of the Pig Mask Army.
Uh-huh. I
They're
had
nice.
forgotten that he survived the Drago attack that happens at the end of chapter 3.
Yeah,
He seems just fine.
yeah. I think they mostly just kind of get chased away.
I guess so. I definitely.
But speaking of chasing, though, you get chased to the top of Thunder Tower.
He keeps like stopping to eat a banana. Eating bananas is sort of his quirk that follows him throughout the game, and
Seriously.
you are very clearly cornered because you're going up the tower, and eventually you are going to run out of the tower to climb. So yeah, he has the time to eat a banana and laugh, but it's still very frustrating.
Yes. That is some real despicable villain
Mm-hmm.
behavior right there.
Uh,
And then it comes to bite him in the butt because Facade slips on one of his own banana peels and falls.
Yeah, that was good.
The
The most deserved demise of all time.
Indeed. It's like, congratulations, you died to your own hubris. Slow clap for Facade, please. Yeah. And then, while you are up there, you encounter the security robot for Thunder Tower and defeat him before comically watching Facade slip and fall off the top of this gigantic tower to their death. And what a weird coincidence. These random lightning strikes that are definitely random and not man-made, generated by some sort of tower that generates thunder, stop happening around the village. Huh. Guys, I think Thunder Tower was generating the lightning strikes.
What? No way. That's impossible.
Yeah.
Humans can't control lightning.
So yeah, with Facade falling to their death, you try and make your escape by grappling onto the Pig Mask Zeppelin with the ladder, using
The rope
Duster's
snake.
rope snake.
That poor rope snake.
Poor rope snake.
He goes
They're so-
spiraling into an unending frenzy of depression for the rest of the game
Yeah.
after this.
I feel so bad
Yeah,
for them.
well,
'Cause
Poor rope
they
snake.
just tried to do their best.
He tried his best.
Yep. Rope snake, best grappling hook of any
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in the escape, his jaw gives out, and, well, everyone's scattered to the wind again.
And then you get chapter 6.
Yeah. You get a brief flashback seeing Hanawa, and you just kind of keep following her through a field of sunflowers and eventually jump off a cliff that just so happens to be right nearby where a couple of friendly faces are waiting for you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the Big Mask training arena that we mentioned earlier, is actually where
Yeah.
that hayfield is. Or pile of hay. It's not a farm
Yeah.
anymore.
It's Wes and Alec waiting for you, or they had a vision. It's like,
Yeah.
we should set out a pile of hay right here in this specific spot.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because they say that Hinawa was in their dream.
then, with just you and Boney, it's revealed to you, or well, you first after getting caught up to speed with Alec and Wes, stumble across someone you had briefly encountered towards the beginning of chapter 4, Ionia, one of the 7 Magypsies.
Mm-hmm.
A brief encounter with them towards the end of chapter 1, where they had all gathered, except for Locria, who was not available, I guess. Guess Alec is friends with them, so he insisted on stopping by there on the way to go find the Mecha Drago that you didn't know was a mechanical hybrid at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently Klaus stopped through there, and that's how he learned some PSI, was from the Magypsies.
Yep. And Ionia is the one who initially teaches Lucas how to use Psi, including apparently the ultra rare PK of whatever your favorite thing was. I just went with the default for my playthrough, so it was PK Love.
I went for bears because I did my favorite food being cows, and it's the podcast's playthrough.
Yeah.
So
play for the cows, stay for the bears.
Indeed.
Mine was PK Gaming. I just hit don't care until the first thing that looked interesting popped up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know gaming was one of them.
Yeah, gaming is one of the old defaults from EarthBound too.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you bump into Ionia, and Ionia insists on going to see Aeolia, the Magypsy that lived up near Alec's house. And while you're talking with Aeolia, something happens. Aeolia starts disappearing in front of you.
Yep.
Explains to you that the needle that Aeolia has guarded, and whose life force was tied to, the Magypsies are essentially immortal beings until the needle that they guard is pulled. The needles seal away the dark dragon that lives beneath the island. So yeah, somebody, it wasn't you, pulled the needle. And apparently it's only people that possess, or that can learn PK, whatever your favorite thing was, can pull the needles out. So somebody out there that happens to know this ultra rare psi ability that you coincidentally know pulled this needle. So you rush to Oso Castle to investigate the scene, and you find a pig mask army transceiver around the area, and like, hey, Commander, we found the next needle. You better come here real quick. It's by the Chimera Labs. Hey, why do you sound a little different? The pig masks are kind of idiots.
Yeah, they do feel very Stormtrooper.
Yeah,
influenced.
Yep. Yeah, you go to the Chimera Labs, which are kind of nearby the factory that you worked at for your part-time job.
And you meet the ultimate Chimera.
Don't touch him.
Along with a few others. Yeah, don't touch him.
You meet a few other people there. Like you encounter Salsa and Samba again. Good to see that the monkeys are still around. You also, interestingly, encounter Dr. and Donuts. Who,
is that how it's pronounced?
I think so.
I always pronounced it as Andonuts.
Could be.
Huh. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Yeah. What are they doing here? This isn't Earthbound.
Around this time, you start figuring out that the person in charge is referred to as King P, and you find his room in the Thunder Tower, where he has all sorts of references to Earthbound, like a
Yeah.
jukebox, a
Teddy
friend's
bear.
yo-yo, a teddy bear. Else?
Instant revitalization capsule that has a pig nose stamped onto it.
Mm-hmm. And is like almost exactly the same as the Earthbound one. It's just a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's bigger.
Probably.
The two sprites are like off by 1 pixel at the top, but not at the bottom.
Yeah. You went to go check the spriter's resource after I pointed that out to you.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Andinetz is inexplicably there for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
He explains, watch out for the ultimate chimera. Guy will kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of pig masks there that are kind of terrified of it.
Yep.
And he is an instant game over if you try to fight him.
Do not
I don't
touch.
like he actually has a battle sprite because you don't fight him, he just kills you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no hope until you can like remind Salsa that, hey, it's me from like a few years ago. I came and helped you.
Mhm. Yeah, every time you corner the monkeys, they flee. But yeah, you get your mask knocked off, and then Salsa is like, oh,
Yeah.
that's that guy that saved me in chapter 3.
Yeah. And he kindly flips the on-off switch on the Ultimate Chimera's back to off.
There we go.
Yep.
Get up on the Chimera's back.
Ah! Yeah. Once you leave the lab, though, with your monkey friends in tow, you encounter a familiar-looking slab that you'd previously seen in a couple spots in Oso Castle. You perform the funky monkey dance one last time.
Yeah.
And you encounter your second Magypsy, Doria.
Interestingly, the magic, the dance, the tune that plays is actually the same tune that you hear when you're in a hot spring, which heals you. It's just in the hot spring, it's nice and slowed down.
Yep. This game really likes to play around with leitmotif for its
It
music.
does. Mm-hmm. The
Probably
big
one of the
masks
highlights.
have their own.
Yeah. Probably one of the
Yeah.
highlights of the music in this game is that it's all leitmotif. So you hear different arrangements and revisits to different melodies, and yeah, it's just the entire game.
The Pig Masks theme starts playing as early as the fire, as they are the ones who start it in chapter 1. And you hear it throughout the game, all sorts of different versions. Unfounded Revenge, that's in the Smash Brothers soundtrack, is one of the big bosses of the Pig Mask army. You fight him 2 times. You made him more than that, but I think you only fight him 2 times. And that's a good track. Later, when you fight the Porky Bots, they also have a variation on that theme.
Yeah.
And you also hear there's the love theme is sort of for like Lucas and his family and Hanawa. You hear that like in the sunflower fields or whenever you visit the grave of Hanawa.
Mm-hmm. Big fan of the variation that intros chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you meet your Doria, Doria conveniently has been nursing Kumatora back to health.
Mm-hmm.
So she rejoins your party, catches up with
Yep.
Salsa because, Kumatora was the person who decided to rescue Salsa from Facade. Lucas pulls their first needle, learns PK favorite thing beta, and Doria disappears, leaving behind nothing but a memento consisting of a razor and lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Need a little help from a couple of Dr. Andonitz's chimeras.
Yep.
Shoutouts to the Bucket Brothers.
I love the Bucket Brothers.
They tried.
They tried so hard. They did their best.
They did their best.
They would have done it eventually. We just needed it done a little bit faster.
Yeah, the transceiver you pick up then rings again, and we found the next needle. It's at the top of a mountain.
Yes, we are now looking for Lydia.
Yep.
Lydia's needle.
And you find it just in time to see this mysterious masked man pull it.
Yep. And then you have... Well, do you fight the Mecha Gorilla first or after that?
Afterwards.
Right. So this one was weird for me. You can at the start of chapter 7 is where you can actually not go in the same necessarily the order you want to do. It kind of opens up. You can either go get... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a bit open, but
yeah. I was aware of this, but I accidentally did it. Because I was playing it on the night we were watching the Game Awards last week, and I wasn't really paying attention. And instead of going to the Chimera Lab, I went to the mountain. Went through the Mole Cricket hole, which did mean I had to do that bit twice, as well as backtrack it through it. So I just had Lucas and Boney to fight the Mecha Gorilla, and I was kind of underleveled.
Yeah. Similarly, though, because the chapter is open, you could go get Duster from Saturn Valley first, and then go to the Chimera Lab.
Correct. I recommend doing, if you're going to go out of order, go to get Duster rather than going alone to Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a cutscene where Lydia... How does her cutscene exactly go? She disappears. There's a pig mask that she nursed back to health. But yeah, she disappears after... No, she doesn't quite disappear until after you kill the Mecha Gorilla, actually.
Yep.
And then there's a cutscene where she appears. But, however, I died and returned to a save point. And I had to go back through the Mole Cricket hole, do the Chimera section, come back, and Lydia wasn't there at all in her house. The Big Mask was doing the saluting for when the music played earlier, and the Mecha Gorilla was just standing there patiently waiting for me. And then once I beat it, then she reappears to say her little line about the needles, and then she disappears again.
Yeah.
It was a weird bit of a whiplash.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mole Cricket hole, though,
Yeah,
that is quite the maze.
Yeah.
So I actually got through it a lot quicker than I was expecting to.
Yeah.
I think I was out in like a minute and a half tops. I got out. I started walking up into the snowy area there, and then my game froze.
Oh no.
And I had to do it again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And it was worse the second time?
Actually, no, it was better the second time because I remembered my route, thankfully.
Yeah.
Okay. See, when I went through it the first time, I did it really fast. because I wasn't fully paying attention, and I don't know, it just worked. But after I backtracked, that took forever. And then when it came back to do it again the right way, that time it took me like 5-10 minutes.
Oh no.
You really do just got to listen to the mole crickets when they say, just make a turn at every turn.
Just turn at
Yeah,
every turn. Pretty
it
much.
generally works.
Yep.
Yeah, that bit was. That could have potentially been very, very annoying, but thankfully I was able to get through it
Yeah.
the second time
Yeah,
because I remembered what way to go. But yeah,
most
that
things,
was
this game-
something that happened to me. Like that was, I think, also the last time the game froze. Thankfully, but like
Good.
just randomly when I was playing the game, it just randomly froze like 4 times throughout my playthrough. I was like,
Wild.
I really hope this is not gonna become a trend. Thankfully,
Yeah.
like I said, after that that last one there, I think it finally stopped. I didn't have any issues for the entire second half of the game. So from there,
Mhm.
but like, yeah, it was annoying for a minute.
Yeah.
I got very paranoid with saving, especially when I was grinding for minutes on end.
Mhm.
Understandable.
Speaking of grinding, that area was a very good grind spot also because you get to the very top of that mountain, there's a hot spring there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then a couple
Yeah.
screens down, you fight those Yetis. So I was basically just hitting the hot spring, running down, fighting the Yetis, running down a little bit more, fighting a couple wolves, and then I double
Yeah.
back, go back, hit the hot spring again. I got my party up to a pretty decent level there. It was
Mhm.
like,
So when I went through that area with just Lucas and Boney, and I was kind of underleveled because I'd been racing through things, those Yetis and dogs were wrecking my shit. Holy cow, it was bad. I don't honestly know how I got through it
Yeah.
the first time. Yeah. Somehow, even with that, I didn't think, maybe I'm in the wrong area. No, I just kept going. Got all the way to the Mecha Gorilla and then looked at the guide and was like, uh-oh. This is not what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I will say, talking about the mole cricket hole adjacently, this game gives you maps for pretty much every area. And
Yep.
for the most part, they're super useful.
Yeah.
The mole cricket hole, however, the map
Not so
is a
much.
mess. I think part of it is that they put like the multiple levels all on one map.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Mole crickets
superimpose
are
each.
not good map designers.
No, they're not.
But you know what? At least they tried.
Yep.
And I love that from that point on, like you meet the one mole cricket that's like, I think I kind of want to start a business.
Yeah.
And then from then on, they're the vendors through the rest of the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You see them sporadically throughout. And yeah, they're your item shops. Yeah. Also, if you go talk to the pig mask in Lydia's house after she disappears, he more or less says, "Huh, we're the bad guys, aren't we?" And go on and find the next needle before we do, which then takes you to Saturn Valley, where you see some more familiar faces from EarthBound.
Boing.
Zoom. Dakota. Yeah, good old Mr. Saturn. They're being tormented by well, what are they called? Like fear bots or something like that. That only just tell you scary stories and they don't ever actually try and hurt you during fights. But Mr. Saturn are terrified of them. And yeah, eventually you find in one of the houses Duster tied up to a totem pole with a couple of Mr. Saturn hanging from clotheslines by their one hair with the ribbon on top. I think Rope Snake's in that one too. Yeah, Rope Snake is in Saturn Valley. That's where they ended up after everyone fell off the Zeppelin. Yeah, then you get reunited with Duster, and you have a full party again, and everyone is there finally. And who is that gypsy that lives at the volcano? Because I don't remember. It's not Mixolydia, because that's Tane Island. What musical modes haven't we covered yet?
Yeah, that's one thing I liked about the Mad Gypsies is they're all named after musical modes.
Yeah.
I caught on to that and I was like, oh hey. It's like
Yeah.
the second they spelled all their names out, it was like, wait, those are all just the modes of the major scale. That's
We're
awesome.
talking about the one at the volcano?
Yeah.
Phrygia.
Yeah.
Phrygia.
Phrygia. Yep.
Phrygia?
Yes,
Okay.
it's named after the Phrygian mode.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, their needle is in a volcano. And,
At least it's not in a haystack. But
Wes and Alec put hay over the needle. Hey, Lucas, find this needle. It's in a haystack.
Yep. We're guarding it really well. They'll never find it.
They'll never find it. It's literally a needle in a haystack.
It's like Mask Man shows up and there's a haystack where the needle should be. It's like, son of a...
It's like, come on.
Like, if only I had PK Fire, then I could just fry it. Meanwhile, Lucas's party with the Sass Queen Kumatora and all of the good Psy moves. Yeah, you find the needle pretty quickly in the volcano, and then you're greeted by an unfamiliar looking but familiar face. It's unfamiliar because the face is now covered in saxophones.
Maybe not necessarily saxophones, but horns.
Horns. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole brass horns, not like devil horns. There are a pair of pigmasts that are talking about it of like, have you seen Facade's new makeover? Yeah, he's got horns this time. So like a reasonable person, you assume
yeah.
that they mean like goat horns or devil horns. No.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Facade is part demon now. No. Facade is part brass section now.
Yeah. And he requires an interpreter.
Yep.
Yeah, because he speaks in music
speaks
now.
Through saxophone.
Which I noticed was oddly similar to the music for the Mad Gypsies.
I noticed that too with this playthrough. Yeah.
But yeah, you stop him.
Yeah.
I think he flies away before he quite dies after you beat him.
Yes.
And you pull the needle.
Yeah.
And Phrygia shows up and tells you where the other needles are.
Yeah.
Including Tane Island, which is to the south of Tasmilly.
Yeah.
The Nowhere Islands.
Yeah. On a different island of its own.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and we meet with the rope snake again because he's with Duster from when they fell.
Yep.
He begs to let you join him. If you say yes, he'll ride a cage of birds back to Tasmilly.
Yeah.
Notably, I said no to him.
Mr. Saturn come up with the coolest inventions. Like,
yeah, they do.
Yep. You fly back using a cage filled with birds.
The rope snake, if you keep saying no to him, he just keeps begging in increasingly silly ways. Like he's like, I crunched on walnut shells, so now my jaw's really strong. I'm like a snake lion. You should bet on me like a roulette wheel or a pair of dice. And his last thing is, I even have my hands clasped together. Like, all right, Rope Snake, I'm sure you do.
Yep.
And once you get to that point, you just have to say yes. They don't give you a choice.
Oh, Rope Snake.
Once
We
again,
love you.
Rope Snake, best grappling hook in all of gaming.
Yep. So yeah, you catch a flight back to Tasmilly Village, where you learn from a sun-tanning Bronson nearby that you can just walk along the ocean floor to get to Tain Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
You see some
There's
pig
these
mascots nearby. And
completely normal oxygen machines.
yeah, they definitely aren't mermen wearing entirely too much lipstick.
Yeah.
They kiss you to refill your oxygen, and everyone is blushing afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll take the Sonic route of air bubbles coming out of the ground, please. Yep. Even if that doesn't make sense physically.
Yep. Yeah. I got a laugh out of the initial cutscene introducing the oxygen machines, where like the one pig mask says, "I hate these things. It's so embarrassing," and then the other one is just like, "I don't know. I kind of like them."
And the other one just kind of backs up a little bit without saying anything.
Yeah.
So if you think that's weird.
Yep. Yeah. You venture along the ocean floor, kissing mermaids along the way. You meet up with Mr. Eddie, who, upon defeat, sends you flying towards the coast of Tain Island with none of your inventory. All of your PP is gone, and everyone is at 1 health.
At least they let you keep your armor and stuff.
Yeah. Not that will let you beat the zombie shroom nearby. So
yeah, no, he immediately spreads mushroom spores that since you're at 1 HP and it hits everybody, immediately death.
So yeah,
I tried to
search around for some food, and well, there's energy mushrooms nearby. Surely that can't go poorly, right? Don't eat too many. You might start seeing funny things. And by that, I mean, everyone starts tripping balls.
Yep.
Like, if you thought Moonside and EarthBound was a trip, you'd need to play Mother 3 and get to Tain Island and actually go on the mushroom trip. Yeah, you start hallucinating that all of the enemies are actually people you know. Including Wes with some more verbal abuse for Duster.
There's a lot of gut punches in this section.
Yep.
You were playing this section when we were at Magic a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Flint's lines.
Yeah, one of Flint's line basically is just like calling Lucas a disappointment. And blaming you for why Hinama's dead. It's your fault Klaus is gone and that Hinawa's dead. I hope you're happy. Princess Kumatora isn't even a princess. Duster, you moron.
Yeah, it's rough.
Or, I mean,
Boney seems...
Duster, I'm sorry.
Boney seems to know some of what's going on, because every time you talk to someone, he starts barking like a madman.
Yeah.
And weirdly, when you find a hot spring...
I don't know why you'd want to go on the hot spring. It seemed fine to me.
I want to know how it actually heals you, but we'll get to that in a minute. I guess it's the shrooms.
Yep. Yeah. Finally, after making your way through the jungle, you stumble across Mixolydia's house, or as they prefer to go by as Missy. And
Mhm.
also, there's a lotus root sitting outside of there.
You also
Yeah.
can talk to Mayor Pusher of Desmilly Village, who's a total jerk throughout the entire game,
Yep.
except here.
Yep. Can't believe the only place he's not a jerk is during a mushroom-induced hallucination. Yeah. You talk to Missy, and well, she hits you all on the head to knock some sense back into you, and you're no longer hallucinating. If you go back to the hot spring that you bathed in earlier, you find out that it is a nasty old sludge pit.
And it no longer heals you.
Yep.
Fortunately.
Conveniently, though, there's the actual hot spring, like, to the right, or to the left. And you know what? The first time after being detripified, going to the hot spring, you know who was sitting in the hot spring waiting for me? The naked old man that shows up in the hot springs randomly.
Yeah, he's kind of weird.
Yeah. He just shows up, like, think first time I used the hot spring in Oso Castle, he was there. You didn't see him again
Yeah.
until the end of the drug trip. Just has a
Yeah.
knack for showing up at the weirdest times. Do you ever bump into him, Colin?
Wait, who?
The
The
old man.
naked guy that or the old man that shows up in the hot springs periodically.
No.
Lucky you.
I don't think I ever saw him.
That's kind of impressive.
Yeah. I think it happened to me once or twice. Kind of wish I had written down in my notes when it did show up.
Yeah.
I know the first time I played, well, the last playthrough I did, which was the first 3 chapters are on YouTube, I also met him in the Oso Castle hot spring.
Yeah.
Osohe.
Yeah. So yeah. Then coolest boss fight in up to that point happens with the Barrio trio and all of their flexing.
Don't go in there under leveled.
They love to
I
flex.
don't recommend it.
They're so cool. Each one of
Yeah.
their poses has a different resistance to different psi elements, so you got to pay attention to which one of the barrier trio is doing the call out for the shield.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, make sure you have PSI Shield Omega for Lucas before you go in there, or you are in trouble, like I found out.
Yep. Yeah, I think I only had Psi Shield Alpha for that fight, and it, taking
no.
4 turns to set up Psi Shields on everyone is not great. Yeah, they'll do one final epic pose, and then they'll relent the needle to you. Is what I would say if the Masked Man didn't swoop in and pull it right in front of your face.
What a jerk.
Little stealer.
Yep. And that just leaves 2 needles remaining. Ionia and the still yet to have been encountered Locria.
Mm-hmm.
We've never met them at any point. We've encountered the Magypsies throughout the game. Phrygia's notebook has no information on where Locria's needle is because it is apparently that well hidden.
Yeah, Locria's just kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fitting for, if I remember correctly, the Locrian mode is kind of incredibly sparsely used throughout music.
Makes sense. I know there's like one of the specific modes that is kind of the black sheep type thing.
Yeah.
Could be that one.
Yeah.
I don't know the modes too well. Like,
yeah.
I know the names, but
yeah, I'm not super well versed on different modal scales either.
I've only just within the last year gotten comfortable enough with the major scale, okay? So one thing at a time. I've
Yep.
only been making music for like 18 years, but
Yeah.
like here I am just now getting comfortable with the major scale, but don't worry about that.
Yep.
I'm really good with the minor scale, especially
Yep.
specifically E minor, E
Mhm.
minor pentatonic. You know, the same things like the Metallica scale. See, I can play the
Yeah.
Metallica scale. That's
Yep.
easy.
Yeah.
I know the Metallica scale.
See, I think I played exactly one piece in like 7th or 8th grade for a jazz unit we did in orchestra that was written in D Dorian, and that's the extent of it for me. Everything else, orchestra wise, is generally written in a major.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of D major and G major for us.
I tend to default to C major when I'm writing just because it's all the white keys. It's
Yep.
easy.
Yeah. And once you get a melody that you want, you just transpose it up or down to a different one.
Yeah. Well, like also thankfully like modern recording software has in their piano rolls just like a scale lock feature. So you just pick a key, pick a scale, and then it'll automatically snap the notes to that scale, which is very useful.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, with not much option left, you decide to go to Ionia, who is sort of like the surrogate parent of Kumatora.
You decide to go to the Ionia Free Fair.
Yes.
Yep. Anyway.
Shout outs to people from West Michigan that would understand that reference.
I mean, you can also just Google it. I'm sure it's online.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, as long as you're not working at a burger factory during Irish on Ionia, then yeah. Those were always rough days. Or rough nights, I should say, because, you know, St. Patrick's Day bar crawl. Yeah. Anyways, you work your way to Ionia's house. They give you the waters of time to open the temple where their needle resides, because they protected it with vines that do not follow the passage of time.
So as hard as Pig Mask Army is there, of course, as hard as the Masked Man and the Clayman try, they cannot get through it.
Yeah. To the point where the Masked Man gets fed up and electrocutes the Clayman.
Mm-hmm. Rude.
Yeah. The pig masks see you not too happy about that. They decide to attack. You defeat them. Then the Masked Man decides it's finally time to face off with you, who have been interfering with the Pig Mask Army's plans this entire time. Swings his sword at you, tries to electrocute you with a lightning bolt, and it gets reflected back to you by the Franklin badge, brought to you conveniently just before by a Mr. Saturn, who took it to polish it up for you because Flint left behind his courage badge for you, which ended up being a Franklin badge this entire time. So yeah, fight proceeds. You defeat the Masked Man, and then use the waters of time on the vines and pull Ionia's needle. Just before Ionia disappears, Ionia teaches Kumatora the most dangerous psi technique that I could teach you with PK Starstorm, which I'm sure everyone knows more as Lucas's Final Smash from Super Smash Brothers than probably a Kumatora psi attack. But yeah, in typical Earthbound protagonist fashion, none of Lucas's psi moves in Super Smash Brothers are psi attacks that Lucas can actually learn in Mother 3. Like, yeah. Psi Magnet, PK Thunder, PK Fire, and PK Freeze are all psi techniques that only Kumatora learns, not Lucas. Kind of the same thing with Ness, except Ness can actually learn PK Flash, which Lucas also learns, but... So he gets struck by lightning randomly on the thunder tower and learns it as a result of that. Yeah. Upon leaving the temple, a limousine playing a very familiar sounding theme rolls up, and it turns out King P has decided to invite everyone to New Pork City, which you then find
Indeed.
out is less of an invitation and more of a mandatory, I'm moving everyone to my personal city from your little pathetic village.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you arrive in New Pork City, you wander around, you find out that Letter is tied up in an apartment complex somewhere. Letter being the village bell ringer. You eventually wander to the theater where Boney finds a stank bug and runs off to somewhere, which that somewhere ends up being the apartment complex where Letter is at. And Letter then info dumps on you. And as it turns out, the villagers of Tasmelly Village and the other inhabitants of the Nowhere Islands arrived on a ship called the White Ship after escaping from their previous society in an attempt to sort of like avoid the end of days, more or less. Their previous society had become incredibly corrupt and was on the brink of destroying itself. And this group decided to board the White Ship and find a new place to live. And they voluntarily sealed all of their memories away in the hummingbird egg and fabricated very simplistic, rudimentary backstories for their new lives on Nowhere Island in Tasmelly Village.
Yeah. They even say,
save for Letter, who
intended...
was like chosen to be responsible, probably because they're incredibly tall, to be the one person who remembers everything.
Yeah, and they even say in there that they wanted to create more lore, but they didn't really have time because they were hurried, which very much seems like something a DM would say.
Yes. But, obviously the situation of leaving their old lives and restarting, like, hard reset on their memory restarting, had to have been pretty dire for it to be that sort of simplistic.
Mm-hmm.
They all lived in harmony until the events that unfolded at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, which does make me question how much of the Duster has a limp because of Wes is from the story and how much of it is from what actually happened.
Yeah. I would imagine it would probably depend on like how much of Duster's life did they live beforehand, I guess.
Right. And that part isn't really all that clear. It's left a bit ambiguous.
Yeah.
Which this game does a lot.
There are some ambiguities there. Kumatora, who's kind of revealed, she's not really a princess, but she was an infant that arrived on the White Ship, whose parents had
not made it
or stayed behind. So yeah, she was raised by the Magypsies and was sort of made as her fabricated lore as the princess of Oso Castle, a castle from a previous society that had lived on the island alongside the Magypsies, presumably prior to the dragon being sealed. Because there was sort of a lived-in society that had lived there previously, and the dark dragon, is destructive enough to have required being sealed by Magypsies. So there's that. Yeah. And then on your way out of the sewers after talking to Letter and having, like, your life has kind of been a lie revealed to you, you have one final encounter with everyone's favorite person, Facade.
Uh-huh. With even more horns.
Yep. They're
Which fall
back
off
and
halfway through
hornier than ever.
the
That fight kind of sucks unless you have PK ground, in which case that fight is pretty easy.
battle.
Yeah, PK ground is really good. Yeah, a lot of the new Psy moves that they introduce or sort of bring back from as far back as like Earthbound 0 or Modern 1, whatever you prefer to call it. Like at level 60, Lucas learns Refresh, which is a technique that Ninten learns in Earthbound 0. And yeah, then PK Ground, which was introduced new to this story, which is like an earthquake, essentially. Deals about 800 damage per usage. It's really good. Yeah. You defeat Facade one final time, and this time they actually are dead for real this time, and land in the sewer sludge and disappear, and their interpreter says, "Well, I'm out of a job," and leaves. So then you're prompted to go up the top of the Empire Pork building, where you sort of start gathering how sort of demented King P really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they keep coaxing you. Come on up to the 100th floor. But none of their elevators in their building actually work properly, so you keep getting dropped on random floors to go find another elevator.
Yeah.
Eventually encounter DCMC again, and well, like, hey Duster, we know that you'll always be lucky to us, but we would love it if you played with us again. We even brought your afro wig. So we get one more final fantastic DCMC concert. It's better than Runaway 5 still. And that happens. You're about to start the second song, and then King P cuts the power. It's like, quit goofing around and get up to the 100th floor already.
Yep.
Yeah. Stumble across King P's love room, which is something.
Yeah.
I can understand the scantily clad women with the feather fans and whatnot around the couch, but why does he have a oxygen machine there? Like, there is a purpose-built Centaur oxygen machine in King P's room.
Yeah, they had to make a new sprite for that. Why?
Yeah. Just why? Yeah. Eventually, you get to the 100th floor, and you encounter your limo driver from earlier, who is now the host of a series of game show type games that you're playing against Porky bots that you have to intentionally lose by as small of a margin as possible in order to satisfy King P.
Inflated ego.
Yeah. You do that, you're treated to a boat ride on the top of this building where you get to see all sorts of neat stuff from the end of Earthbound.
Was this before or after you find Locria's hut?
Oh, right. Yeah. This is, I think, after...
Right before the game show, I think.
Yeah. Locria's house shows up before the game show goes. Yeah. You arrive at a Magypsy's house, and there's a razor and lipstick sitting on the chair waiting for you. But the needle hasn't been pulled yet, and you haven't encountered any other Magypsy-like people.
Uh-huh.
And,
Except you
well,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of banana peels on the floor.
Bananas everywhere. I think there's even a few presents with luxury bananas in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talk to a mouse who confirms it for sure, saying
Yeah.
that the Magypsy that lived in the house, although it doted over her, it did laugh with a nwee-hee-hee. The signature of facade.
Yeah. Well, this entire time, facade was Locria.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good twist.
Yeah.
That was a really good. That's the twist.
Like there's some pretty decent plot twists in the game.
Mhm.
Obviously, like the identity of the masked man and stuff like that. But like this one, you don't see this one coming unless you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like looking back at it, it's like all of his redesigns being like involving horns and musical stuff and all that. It's like
Yep.
you can look back at it now and be like, yeah,
it makes
I guess
sense.
they were kind of playing up to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But going in fresh and just not knowing, like once I
Mhm.
got to that house, it was like, okay, so when I first saw the house before I went inside, it was like, okay, well maybe they were just holding Locria captive here, and that's why we haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like that sort of thing, like forcing them to work against their will.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then you get inside the house, you look around a little bit, you see Facade's outfit on the bed,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and then you're like, and all the boxes of bananas lying around
Yep.
everywhere. And then it just sets in, it's like, oh no, Locria was Facade the whole time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's why his name is Facade, because the whole thing was a facade.
Facade, yeah.
Like, what?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Brilliant plot twist.
Yeah, one of the most well-written video game plot twists of any game that I've played.
Yeah.
Brilliant twist.
Yes.
But we're not done with twists, because eventually you come upon this metal hallway that you walk up, and it's got vines all over it. And guess who finally shows?
King P, or as it's really revealed to you, none other than Porky Minch from EarthBound.
Yeah,
Who
he's back.
Escaped during the Gygas fight in that game, and now we know what happened to him.
Yep. He's been hopping around to different dimensions this entire time, slowly ruining them one at a time, getting locked away from them until he eventually ended up on ours. And
Damn it, Porky.
Yep. So yeah, using his the powers of the phase distorter and all of his power imbued to him by Gygas in EarthBound through collaborating with him, has been just causing chaos throughout all sorts of different dimensions.
And that's why Ananuts is here. He was brought along with Porky.
Yep.
And quite a bit of other stuff.
Yep.
He's also super old.
Yeah.
That was weird.
And it's probably a time dilation thing because, like,
still acts like an immature kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just been probably horrifically aged by all of the interdimensional travel. Because, yeah, he is very much still Ness's obnoxious neighbor, just with a seemingly endless supply of resources to stroke his ego with.
And this kind of catches you off guard, since we've been seeing Porky statues and Porky bots and all sorts of Porky things throughout the game, especially in Chapter 8, and he looks like Porky. But then his final form, not anymore.
Yeah.
But then a bunch of your friends show up.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the denizens of Tasmilly Village, DCMC, they all show up to assist with fighting off the swarm porky bots that he's called in to sort of distract you while he runs off to the location of the final needle, because that has been revealed.
Oh, actually, Porky Bots come before he finally reveals himself. I got that bit. I didn't play this far this time around. Yeah, you actually talk with the Porky Bot and then it explodes. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, after Porky leaves, you take the elevator down. It ends up breaking, and everyone falls down catastrophically to deep underneath the new pork, or the Empire Pork building,
including Flint as well.
Yeah,
which has another crazy plot twist that I didn't see coming, being that Flint is bald and that's why he wears a hat.
Yeah. One of the plot twists of all time. Yeah. He insists on going ahead of you, so you let him. And you kind of follow him anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually encounter...
And finally...
Yeah. Yeah. Finally is the showdown with Porky. But that little shit has a contingency plan in the form of the absolutely safe capsule. Instead of actually being or allowing himself to be defeated, he instead enters the absolutely safe capsule to sort of laugh at you as you can't beat me now.
Mm-hmm.
He also can't do anything about it. He also can't get out now.
A little bit of genius from Dr. Handanuts.
Yep.
Turns out
it's absolutely safe inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to remain safe on the inside, you aren't allowed to open the door out.
Mm-hmm.
So, arguably has a fate worse than death there, because, you know, that his spider bed thing also had all of his life support systems, so theoretically he's just kind of trapped in there forever until the life support gives out.
But considering he caused all of this,
yeah, he kind of has deserved that,
and especially after playing EarthBound, he
kind of deserved that. He
that.
absolutely deserved that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Porky is no longer able to terrorize realities.
Time and space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now for the final plot twist.
Yeah. You encounter Flint finally after he had gone ahead of you, and
right here's the bald twist.
Yep. He reveals to you that he's bald, but he also reveals to you that I found your brother.
Yeah.
And you continue further on and you encounter the Masked Man. Right in front of the final needle. You have one final showdown with the Masked Man. They attack with a lightning attack that defeats everyone else in your party. You survive it though because
Franklin badge.
You have the Franklin badge. And yeah, this final boss fight is sort of a fight in air quotes, because you really don't try to fight them.
Yeah. Effectively, the Porky fight is the final boss fight, and this is a cutscene. Interactive cutscene.
Yeah. You can try and revive your other party members. The Masked Man will just strike them down again with the lightning attack. You just kind of gotta bide your time and stay alive, stay guarded, because guarding halves the speed of the odometer tick down. And eventually you'll start hearing, or you'll start receiving telepathic messages from Hinawa asking
Mm-hmm.
Lucas and Klaus to stop fighting.
Uh-huh.
Then, after long enough, the fight fades to black and then comes back. It's just Lucas in the party at this point, and the Masked Man has taken off their mask to reveal that the Masked Man is your brother, Klaus. And eventually, they sort of defeat themselves by striking Lucas with lightning and having that reflect off the Franklin badge to defeat themselves. So Klaus joins Hinawa in the afterlife. Lucas pulls the final needle, and essentially the apocalypse happens.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is, in the blacked out aftermath, right? End question mark shows up. You can actually move around and talk to all of the different people. Turns out they all survived, and that really what had happened was more or less like a reset of the world back to how Tasmilli Village sort of once was.
Right.
And yeah, that is a poorly retold summary of Mother 3 by me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the original tagline for Mother 1 was no crying until the end, and like they really pulled out all the stops with that with Mother 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, all of the Magypsies aside from Locria were like all willing to help you out along the way for the most part. And turns out Locria had been working against you this entire time. They essentially sold the world out from underneath your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Then it turns out that they were one of the Magypsies who are protecting the needles, sealing the Dark Dragon, preventing essentially the end of the world from happening, because they met up with Porky, and Porky coaxed them into just destroying the world for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
And along the way, your mother dies, your brother disappears, you're made out to be a crybaby because you didn't stop any of this from happening until, of course, you do. And understandably, to this day, it's one of my favorite RPGs I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
All because of the fateful story reveal, or the fateful spoiler reveal of Lucas from Mother 3 being in Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Lucas!
That one thing managed to spark my entire interest in the EarthBound series, and it really was for the better. Also, like, weird coincidence also is that like the game released on April 20th of 2006, which would have been 6 days before my birthday that year. So like, main character of the game shares a name with me. The game releases within a week of my actual birthday. It's sort of a like match made right there. And it's, yeah, I truly think it's a tragedy that Nintendo still refuses to localize this game. It has received demand pretty much entirely since 2006 to have released in North America. Shout outs to the Starmen.net team on the Mother 3 fan translation project. Clyde Mandolin, actual professional localizer that has worked with Funimation, did a lot of the script work. Jeff Mann, who did a lot of the programming for the tools used during the translation project. Gideon Z of Aeon Genesis Translations, who like did the translate or English localization for Cave Story contributed to script translation. Near rest in peace also contributed to the technical side of the project, and like I still remember like the morning that they had announced that the translation project was complete after like months of fighting with bugs related to text block 0 text translations. And yeah, coming home that day, downloading the translation patch, patching the Mother 3 ROM that I had obtained through the means that I obtained it through, and just playing through the game and being completely blown away with it. Like, sort of in the months leading up to when it released, I had worked my way through EarthBound for the first time, and yeah, EarthBound is fun, but Mother 3 hits differently for me.
Yeah, the narrative helps. I feel like that dark at the end of EarthBound kind of transfers into this one, and like you're already like, okay, that had a dark ending. Let's just tell a more mature, darker story.
And they sure did that. I honestly don't know if I would like Mother 3 quite as much as I do as a Game Boy Advance game. Had the original EarthBound 64 Mother 3 released on the N64 disk drive.
Yeah, agreed.
A lot of the early story elements are still sort of present there, but I don't know. There's something about the charm of the sprite work in the EarthBound games too.
Well, that is part of why EarthBound 64 didn't happen, is they were like, we're way better at sprite work and we don't really know what we're doing with these 3D assets and such.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it was in a bit of a development hell. That like
a little bit, yeah.
After they announced, or after they released in Japan the Game Boy Advance ports for Mother and Mother 2, they're along with that release, they're like, hey, we're also working on Mother 3 again.
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to talk about the combat, because this is like one of my favorite RPGs combat system.
Yeah, combat in this game is very cool.
So fun. Colin, I know at least one point you shared saving someone when they're at single digit life.
Yeah.
Either life up.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah. The odometer HUD is one of my favorite RPG like combat systems ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish
more things would use that.
You can take as much mortal damage as you want. As long as your health is still scrolling down on the odometer, you can heal yourself. Like it turns into strategy, especially later on when you have the health to spare.
Yep. Yeah, in the first couple chapters, you really don't realize it's there. It's only after you get part of the way through 4 that you're like, oh, this is neat.
Yeah, like once you have a couple hundred HP and you can survive a turn or two while your HP is scrolling down before healing, like
yeah, and it definitely adds to the feeling of like you're actually fighting, because you're a bit panicked of like, oh god, he's gonna die if I don't hit the right buttons fast enough. It's an interesting way to like add a bit of skill to the menu settings.
Well, it accomplishes almost kind of the same thing like an ATB battle system does, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Because with an ATB battle system, you have to constantly be on the move. You have to like plot your moves out ahead of time, so that way when that character's turn pops up, then you can quickly make the input as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Because the enemies
Right.
aren't going to wait for you.
Right. Yeah, it has the same effect, but they're doing
Yeah.
it through a different way.
They're doing it differently, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just make your HP the moving item instead of like your turn charge bar.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really fun to mess with.
Yeah.
Stuff,
Yeah.
especially like the final fight, like really exploits it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because the final fight, you basically just it's kind of a gimmick fight where you just had to basically just stay alive.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You're 100% on the defensive against the Masked Man there.
Yeah. So like for a lot of the fight is like every time I would take a huge hit, I would just queue up a heal the very next turn and just keep it going that way. And then finally, like as the fight progressed, I started noticing it's like, I could probably go another maybe 3 or 4 turns before I actually need to pop a heal.
Yeah.
So that I start, and when you guard, it ticks slower also.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I started taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good system.
4 or 5 turns without healing out of that. Yeah. Then also interesting or introduced in the combat for this game is the rhythm mechanic. Like, one of the things that EarthBound was most famous for was like all of its very catchy battle music. And Mother 3 has its own fair share of incredibly catchy battle tunes. But
yeah,
you can press the A button in rhythm with the music to deal additional damage up to a full 16 hit combo on attacks.
Yep. Yeah, it kind of goes a different angle. Like there's timed button presses, but it's going to the music. So it kind of takes a bit of that like Super Mario RPG vibe, but adds it in a different way and makes it not necessary. Like in Paper Mario, it really, really helps to have those timed hits. Whereas in Mother 3, you can get through the game fine without it.
Yeah.
I was just mashing the A button at the same speed I mashed it the entire game, and when I got a big combo, I was like, "Oh, cool!
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that, but fine."
Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of decent at it this time around. There's definitely a lot of like just hit it to the tempo.
Yeah.
And that will make it work. It is the beat. It's the drums, right?
I think so.
I could never pick out exactly what I'm supposed to be focusing on, especially in the songs where like the beat was kind of more toward the back of the song.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the main focal point.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's some really proggy battle musics.
Yeah.
So it makes finding a beat kind of difficult. Like,
yeah, like anything that wasn't like just like a straight up rock beat, I was like, okay, I'm just mashing A.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely made like there to be a reasons for some weirder compositions, like the ones where the tempo speeds up.
Yeah.
Or changes, prog rock style. Yeah.
And I don't remember the name of the battle music, but there's one that very much reminds me of the song Hearts from the end of Yes's 90125 album. Which, wouldn't surprise me if that were a thing. If I remember correctly from EarthBound, like the composers took inspiration from all sorts of different musics. Like influence from the shoegaze group My Bloody Valentine in EarthBound's music. So it wouldn't surprise me if that sort of carried forward into Mother 3 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's some nods in the music as well. Like the bat that you fight early on in Chapter 1 plays Batman's theme from the TV show.
Yeah.
You encounter Mr. Passion in Chapter 2 and can later battle him again, and there's all sorts of classical music references going on.
Yeah, Mr. Passion and Lord Passion's battle music is a medley of classical music arrangements, or
Mm-hmm.
like there's bits of Beethoven's Fifth in there. Yeah, I love Mr. Passion and Lord Passion. They're very passionate.
Yeah, there's all sorts of musical references just in the text of the game. I was very happy with gently weeping guitar in
Yeah,
chapter 4. That's pretty clever because it's all beaten up. It's got a broken string and everything.
yeah.
The inventory system is probably the worst aspect of the game. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah,
It's not great.
it's not great.
It's better
but
than EarthBound's, but it's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's the best inventory system the Mother series has to offer.
Yeah. Well,
Like, we at least have the luxury of the item guy showing up at pretty much every important stop you have to be at.
mm-hmm. Yeah, the item guy helps a lot.
Yeah.
It is weird for an RPG in the first 3 chapters where you're like, I've got too many inventory slots and I want something. I guess I'll just drop something because there's no money to sell it. Takes a bit to get used to. But the actual mechanical part of the inventory is still very frustrating.
Yeah.
I found it especially when I was buying equipment and like you're in the shop menu, but there's no way to drop other things without selling them or give them to the others, which is what I would really like to do.
Yeah.
I wish like equipment was just its own separate menu. I think that would have solved a lot of the issues.
Yeah.
Like you have an equipment inventory and everything else inventory. Touching back on way back when we did that one game, EarthBound, about halfway through that playthrough, I clicked with EarthBound's inventory, and it just sort of became a fun mini game for me of like an inventory management whenever I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because this in Mother 3 the inventory is better, I didn't have that. So I almost was more frustrated with the inventory than I would have been in EarthBound in this weird sort of way.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the time I ran into inventory troubles, it was usually solved by eat a piece of jerky.
Yeah, fair enough. I was trying to keep as much food on me as possible.
Yeah.
For the
I had
battles.
so many secret herbs.
Yeah, same.
In the game.
Yeah.
And I just never used them. So I just finally just started tossing them.
Yeah. I ended up just not using healing or PK heal, whatever it's called, PK healing, the one that fixes status moves. I just ended up not using that and relying on the secret herbs whenever that came up.
Yeah.
But there were still times where I was like, why do I don't need these secret herbs. That's where the item guide definitely did come in handy. Like at points where it was like, I don't really need pencil rockets. I'll just give them to him and I'll pick them up later. And definitely secret herbs went in there. There were times where I was like trying to keep the magic dessert stuff in the item guy, because like you're sort of forced to hang on to all the magic tarts.
Yeah.
And the pudding and gelatin.
Yep.
You cannot buy that stuff. It's only in chests, and I think a couple enemies drop them.
Yeah. I think that was more frustrating than anything to me. Like not being able to buy PP recovery items when
Yeah. Because like the costs of skills, especially once the levels get higher, got pretty ridiculous, considering that there was not nearly enough items that restore that resource.
Yeah. Like even if you could just buy tarts, it would make it way easier because those only repair 10. I think
tarts are 20.
Yeah.
Am I right? You might be right. I'm not sure.
Tarts, 20 gelatin, pudding, I think.
Okay. anyway, there needed to be better access to them. Like, it definitely helped. I did definitely like the hot spring method. That's a cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
Especially because of the early game not having a purchase system.
Yeah.
You just kind of stumble upon nut bread.
Yeah. And there's magic butterflies around. A lot of them are around the hot spring where you meet Ionia or with Lucas for the first time.
Yeah.
And there's one in one of the side rooms in the volcano.
Yep.
And I think that's about it for butterfly encounters, because they didn't really put a whole lot of them around because they could just put a hot spring there.
Yeah. I think one of the Magypsies, after they disappear, you go back in and there's a bunch of butterflies there. There are also a couple spots with magic butterflies in boxes.
Yep.
Those were interesting. The present system was kind of silly on this game.
Yeah.
Lots of weird things happen when you open presents.
Yeah. Occasionally you would open a present and it would play a fun musical beat for you.
Yep.
There's like 4 or 5 of them around Saturn Valley that have farts in them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple that have fireworks in them too.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Yeah, that's a lot of that Earthbound humor shining through into this game.
Yeah. And it's always rough in RPGs of any sort for any platform not having sort of recovery items for your magic. That was a big struggle I had with Final Fantasy for the NES, for as much as people derided me for that. Like, you're playing the worst version. Yeah, I know, but I'm doing it on purpose so I can tell you why it is. I'm willing to experience bad stuff. I play the bad games so that you don't have to, and I can tell you exactly why.
It is kind of astonishing to me, though, for someone that, quote unquote, does not like RPGs, seems to always find themselves playing the worst ones.
Yeah. See Final Fantasy 1 NES. See Fantasy Star Master System. See EarthBound 0 NES.
Yeah. Maybe you should play some of the good ones, like Mother 3, or like Final Fantasy 4, or like Final Fantasy 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 14.
They're on my to-do list.
Yeah. Anyway,
I need to pick up the Pixel remasters for 5, 6.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, closing thoughts on Mother 3 from me. I alluded to it in the previous episode, but like a lot of the complaints that I had with EarthBound were just like, man, the inventory system sucks. Gets better here. The battle systems, it's a lot more engaging in Mother 3. I still don't like the first person perspective, but I like that the little character sprite kind of pops up now, so you can at least see whose turn it is.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit more clearly communicated to the player in that regard.
Yeah. You're not just guessing based on what the prompts on the menu are.
Yeah. And the game doesn't waste your time, with exception of it being a little bit grindy. Like my biggest complaint with this game is just that it's older RPG with some older RPG design philosophies regarding its leveling and stuff. Like there is still several points during the game where you are going to be severely underleveled, even if you are fighting every enemy that comes your way on the path from objective to objective. So you are
Yeah.
going to have to stop and spend several minutes. Like in my case, I think I was 23 or 24 hours by the end of the game. I think at least 2.5 to 3 of those hours was just grinding levels.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of like, okay, I went into a boss. I'm very clearly under leveled.
yeah.
I guess I have to turn around and fight some enemies for a while.
Oh, it
Yep.
was like that boss in the attic was where it really hit for
Oh,
me. That
the
like
jealous
the
face.
wow the level it's like wow the level scaling in this game is awful
Yeah.
because like I have fought every single enemy encounter
Mm-hmm.
this entire game up to this point.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I have not run from enemies. Like I have fought every encounter and I get to this thing and I'm still 9 levels lower than the boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just
Jealous
trounced
face
me.
definitely in the mother community is like, this is the worst designed boss in the game. He's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah. Jealous
Yeah.
face
If
is
you get-
rough. I always found new facade in the volcano to be pretty rough too.
That one also caused like I had to grind for that one as well. And then I ground up for Miracle Facade was the last boss I ground up for. But then also there was that when I first got to the snowy area. I mentioned I spent some time grinding there just because that was more of an opportunistic thing. I saw that as an opportunity just because the hot spring was right there.
Yeah.
So that was, to me, that just like made sense as a spot. Maybe I should spend a little bit of time grinding here because I'm not gonna regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hot spring is kind of a clever thing because, like, even when you're out in the middle of nowhere, oh hey, here's the hot spring. This isn't out of character like other RPGs, or I guess in Earthbound, like you have to go to a hotel or an inn or something, or find a bed to sleep on. In this, they can just throw hot springs in the wild or in a building, because in a building it's like, oh, we just have a sauna in this room.
Yeah.
But
those always presented nice opportunities to level grind because,
right.
that you're not burning through your recovery items unnecessarily. You just go.
And
and there were also times that I spent grinding where I would just fight until I wipe, basically. I would put all of my currency with the frog in the bank. And I would just fight until I wipe, run through it, just rinse and repeat that way as well was another effective way because it's kind of nice when you do party wipe in the game. It's not you have to load your previous save. It just sends you back to a save point or a hot spring, whichever you've visited most recently.
Yeah.
And one other thing I very much appreciate this game for is like if you defeat an enemy in the area, until you leave that area, it will just not respawn for the most part. Sometimes they hit bigger areas, but I really appreciate that, especially coming from in these past couple of weeks playing Super Mario Bros. 2. That's literally like if you go away on the screen, if the screen goes away from where the enemy you last killed was, and then go back that way, bang, he's right back. Even if he was
like
only
Mega
off
Man.
screen for like, yeah, exactly. I hate that philosophy of enemies. Glad this one doesn't have that. And I'm sure Lucas could tell you that this is a much better system than Mother Zero's encounter.
Yeah. Earthbound Zero has genuinely like random encounters like NES RPG would. Except it's a bit more heavy-handed than, say, like NES Final Fantasy was. I love taking 2 steps and encountering an enemy, and then taking 1 step and encountering an enemy, then taking 2 more steps and encountering another one, and then taking like 27 because the random encounters really are random.
Yeah. I've seen other game RPGs where it's like you can know a battle's coming up, but you're not sure what it is. This is one where it's like you're going to fight what's on the field. My closing thoughts on this is my second this is the game I consider to be the second best game that I've ever played. Like, as like artistically and mechanically as it's built. The story is fantastic. The battle system is really fun. I do like that you get introduced to all these characters in the first couple chapters, and then there's a time skip, and you still feel like you know these characters if you stick around and talk to everybody. There's so much text in this game, and a lot of it is really funny. If you go in the Cerulean Beach area to the north west of the map, there's this girl that's always staring out into the ocean, and she has funny things to say pretty much every time you talk to her.
Oh, I made the mistake of talking to her once.
Yeah.
It was really funny. She just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's even a warning too. It's like I'm probably gonna regret this if I stay and listen, but why not? And then by the end of it, you're like, yeah, I feel like I've aged 10 years.
Yeah. All sorts of stuff like that. The grappling hook being a character, great.
Yeah.
And it does move the story too, because like some of these characters get happy boxes, some of these characters do, but aren't really super into it. And like you can kind of see the evolution of how people care for you, especially those three ladies that are always from the beginning of the game. They're always in the middle of the square gossiping. That kind of is like the pulse of the village and what's going on, as well as the hotel, which goes from just being a rustic inn to a fancy like modern hotel. And there's of course, what is it? Is it Block 1 or Block 0 that they had trouble with, Lucas?
Block 0.
Block 0. Part of that was this very long conversation. You can talk to the center door in the hotel post time skip, and I think it's supposed to be the developers talking to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely talked to characters twice. A lot of times they say the same thing, but plenty of other times they say new things, and it's often more funny if they say more than one thing. One of my favorite signs is in this game that you walk over a bed of flowers to talk or to read it, and it's all about it being upset. Why did you walk over the flowers to read this? And then at the end, it's like, well, actually, now that I think about it, it's really the person that put this sign here that's to blame. Oh, that was me. Sorry about that. There's some weird stuff in this game, and I love it. Also, there's signs that like end with "Call me anytime."
Yeah.
To be clear, no phone number or anything. Just call me.
Yeah.
Kind of sus. Anyway, Mother 3 is a great game. You should play it. If you've made it all the way to the end of this and somehow haven't played it yet, all the way to the end of this very spoiler-filled podcast where we poorly recounted the entire story of the game. If you still somehow have not played the game yourself yet, you should do that.
I think Lucas did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you did a great job. But
playing the game is much better.
Yes. Play the game.
Yeah.
Go play Mother 3. It's a good game.
I watched
fun.
This game as a Let's Play first. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Once I had a computer able to emulate stuff, man, did I enjoy it the second time through.
Yep.
It's very good. Anyway, let's move on to our next segment, our weekly link to the past. This week, this episode is an early record, so this date is going to have been long past by the time this episode goes live, but the alternative was this episode going live on Christmas Eve, and, well, nothing of note released on Christmas Eve, so...
Yeah. They try and release them beforehand so they can be Christmas presents.
Exactly.
So.
Anyway, So date of recording is December 14th of 2025. Releasing in Japan a ripe old 29 years ago in
Oh God.
1996 on this day. Mario Kart 64.
Huh.
Wow.
I didn't realize that game
It's
was
29 years old today.
Oh my god.
1 year older than me. Mario Kart 64 seems recent-ish.
Yeah.
What? I wouldn't go that
64
far.
isn't that old, right?
Like old games are like the NES or Atari stuff. Nintendo 64 was around
Yeah.
in the modern era of gaming.
Yeah, that's still a new console. That can't be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 3D. 3D is cool and new.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Yeah. Mario Kart 64 might be my personal favorite game. Like, it's by far the one I've dumped the most time into.
I need to play more of it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I for some reason I never actually got to play it back in that era. So my first time actually playing Mario Kart 64 was when we did the podcast episode ranking the Mario
Really?
Karts, and I bought a copy of Mario Kart 64 to play on my Nintendo 64 that I own now.
Yeah.
Huh.
I've had
this
Mario Kart 64 since early 2000s. I think like 2000 or 2001 or 2002.
I did a lot of traveling when I was younger, and Mario Kart 64, along with some other games, was one of the ones that like certain hotels would have like built into the TVs.
Ah, fancy.
I've definitely played it elsewhere, and I can't exactly put my finger where else. But yeah, no, Mario Kart 64 is definitely where the Mario Kart series comes into its own and is like, this is what Mario Kart should be like.
Yeah, it's so much
the Mode
fun.
7, like I grew up with the Super Circuit,
Yeah.
and that's a fine game, especially if all you have for gaming systems is a Game Boy Advance. But compared to the 64 entry and GameCube and everything else, not quite good.
Yeah, I've played 64 to death. I've gotten gold trophies on every Grand Prix Cup on every difficulty. So 50cc through extra mode, which is 150cc mirrored. And all I got for it was a lousy title screen. But I did it. I'm also something of a terrorist at family gatherings, because if we play Mario Kart 64 over at my parents' house, everyone else is usually competing for second.
Anyway, happy birthday, Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
29 years.
Stop it.
Oh boy. Anyway, that's the end of episode 88. Lucas, where can you be found outside the podcast?
Find me on Linktree at linktr.ee/karn_evil_999. It's got links to my YouTube channel, Carn-Evil9, That One Gaming podcast, where I post long plays of the games we feature on our That One Game series of episodes. Mother 3 coming soon. Also got links to my various socials, links to add me on Steam if you want to do that. And then, of course, links to join the podcast Discord and catch up on the previous 87 episodes that we have. That's all available at linktr.ee/karn_evil_999.
Where can Neil be found?
Also in the trees, linktr.ee/vmk9. Got links to my Twitch, got links to the podcast stuff, and got links to my social media as well as YouTube. I really need to update it. Colin, where can they find you?
linktr.ee/delicious morsels. That's where all my links are at. They are in the trees, like my YouTube channel and my Blue Sky. I'm still running my month-long upload event on my YouTube channel. Currently, as of recording, we're only in week 3, but by the time this goes live, we will be in the final week of that event already, which is crazy. But yeah, 5 weeks, 5 videos. youtube.com/@deliciousmorselsmusic. The link is in my link tree, linktr.ee/deliciousmorsels. Anyway, as always, if you liked what you heard here today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button where that's an option. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts because I hear they like that stuff. Hit the like button if that's a thing. And feel free to share this episode with a friend. We are going to be back in a couple weeks with another episode. But until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember,
Stay for the cattle snakes.
Stay for the Mighty Bear 7s.